You guys see this Cummins right here? We're gonna call this the Crusty Cummins. I bought it last night up in Michigan. Fella listed it for sale. I saw it 20 minutes later. I messaged him, got a number. I flew up there and got it after work. This was his farm truck. It's an 03 Cummins. Basically, they use this thing to do everything around there, was the story. And it just started getting some age on it and started having some electrical issues and kind of nickeling and diming sort of thing. And they parked the old girl in the weeds for the past 3 or 4 years. So what I'm going to try to do with this thing is I'm going to try to make it run for the first time in however long, and we'll see what kind of issues we run into along the way. She's a little dirty inside, you might say. Yeah, that's dust. 6-speed manual transmission. That's a cool thing. It has the high output Cummins. There she is. She's a little dirty under there as well. As you can see, it's got a cold air intake on it there, washable filter. If you can see down there's a blue cord running down. It's got a pyrometer on it, and the hood won't stay up. So I need to get some batteries for the thing. I think it's the first thing, and see what we can make happen there. This was kind of a year they kind of had some glitches, and they were known for injectors going out of them, and just kind of the year to figure things out, you know. But this supposedly has DDP injectors in it. There's a sticker on here somewhere. Ah, there she is. Supposedly got 90 horse DDP injectors. Got the old Dodge makes it, Cummins shakes it sticker. Got a South Bend clutch sticker hiding down there. I tell you, this thing probably has an extra 150 horse just where the sticker's on the back of it. So I'm gonna say it has to run pretty good. So, got the power on. Surely this thing is not gonna start this easy. But we're gonna find out. Yeah, I didn't figure it was gonna start. We'll try a little full fuel here. So the dude said that it had a Raptor lift pump on it, which is basically an air dog without the filter system. And he said he thought it was acting up, and I don't hear it running. When you bump the engine over like that, it should kick the lift pump on and it should cycle for like 30 or 45 seconds or something. It's enough to be annoying, I know that. And I don't hear it, so I gotta crawl underneath now and see what I can find. So I got it traced to where I think the yellow wire up here at this relay should be sending the power to the Raptor lift pump. The black wire just loops, which is a ground. So as long as it's got ground, which it should have ground, I think. It should be powering on. But so either the relay's bad or the pump's bad. But I'm gonna just manually put power to this yellow wire right here, and we're gonna find out. That pump ain't spinning. Yeah, that's not a good thing. I'm jumping straight voltage to that pump and nothing's happening. Nothing at all. Thinking maybe I don't have good ground. I just kind of gonna hot wire a little bit here. That's not good. That thing is like drawing some juice, if you can see it flickering, and nothing's happening. So while Ron's here, I'm gonna use his help. He's gonna crawl down there and do a little tappy tap on the old Raptor fuel pump while I'm up here putting straight power to her. Hopefully the motor's just stuck a little bit. We can persuade it. I really don't want to have to put a different pump on this, just to take it all back apart. You gotta do what you gotta do. ain't heard it do anything, have you?
Nope. Nope.
I think it's seized.
He's trying.
It is?
I can hear it doing something.
I thought you couldn't hear it.
Well, I wasn't until I started really smacking it.
I guess we're going to have to put a different pump on it to make sure we get fuel to the engine. Because, even if you ask Ron, a diesel engine needs two things to run. Fuel and air. Without those, they don't run. Now, these electronic engines, this is a common rail injection system. It needs a little bit more electronic persuasion to get it to run. But the two main things are still fuel and air. It doesn't need spark, but it's got to have power to the injectors to make them fire, because the injectors on these common rails do all the work. But I don't think we have that issue going on right now. I think we're just literally not getting fuel to the engine. So good news. I have a Raptor fuel pump here off the shelf, off of something else. I don't remember what, but we're going to see if it works. So, new Raptor fuel pump is on, new old Raptor fuel pump is on. I think it's hooked up the right direction. We're hoping to hear some noise here in a minute. I don't hear a fuel pump, do you, Ron?
He's not bumming.
No fuel pump still. Oh.
You want to take those vice grips off that line?
Yeah, can you do that? So, I jumped this wire right here, as you can see. Little fuel pump's working now. Is it going to run, Ron?
Sounds like it's picking up fine, at least.
It does sound a lot like it's got fuel moving somewhere now. Sometimes you gotta hold these things wide open. This is give her a little there, Ron.
That is Presto Premium.
Just spray it around the air filter. Hope there's enough to make it. Oh!
No juice.
I guess we're gonna let the battery charge for tonight. I'll try it tomorrow. See what I can figure out. Make sure I'm getting fuel up to it and stuff. We tried tonight though. I thought with Ron's help, of all things,
That's how you know
it
we're
would
going to
happen.
fail.
Ron works on diesel engines every day, so he knows.
Something like that.
I did a little investigating today, and what I found out is the relay that controls the Raptor lift pump, which I put a different Raptor lift pump on it, as you saw. The relay that controls it actually works. I tested wires and stuff. Whatever's triggering the relay, which is in the stalk harness of the truck, is not kicking it on for whatever the reason when you crank the truck like it should. I got the relay pulled out here, and there's a power wire that goes into the relay right here, this red one, and then the yellow wire goes to the pump, and then there's two control wires. One is positive and one is negative. I just snipped the ends on that, and I'm going to run it directly to the battery here while we're trying to run the truck, and that'll just ensure that we get fuel to the engine, or we got the pump pumping fuel to the engine, and then from there we got to get the air out of it, hopefully make the old girl fire. Alright, so what I did is I just checked to make sure I had fuel to the injection pump. Now these are high pressure injection pumps, so they pump like anywhere between 20 and 40,000 psi or something close to that to the injectors. So you don't want to crack that side of the injection pump, those lines going to the injectors like that. That's a no-no. You could get hurt bad. So on these, you just make sure you got good fuel going to the pump, and from there the pump is pumping such a high pressure, if everything else is working right, they'll bleed themselves out and they'll fire. And we do have fuel to the pump when I kick that lift pump on. Sprayed a little bit of ether in the air filter. See if she runs. Oh my. That's cool. Fired right out. Dude, that thing's got crazy oil pressure. Look at that. Appears to be charging. Sounds pretty good, really. I don't see any major leaks. Good news. Sprayed a little fuel on the ground when I cracked that line a little bit ago. All right, so I think I'm ready to take this thing outside for a test drive for the first time. And I actually just did a little bit of improving, if you will. I took this wire from this relay that controls this relay. I made a little 2-wire strand. I ran it in the cab. I just ran it real literally right through the door. And I ran it to an old toggle switch I had laying here. So I got this old toggle switch. I can just literally leave it laying on the dash, but I can turn the fuel pump on and off from in the cab. That way I don't have to open the hood every frickin' time I start or shut this thing off. Spare set of keys. I'm lucky to have one set of keys usually. Okay, can't remember forget to turn our fuel pump on. There we go. Oh. So I think the transmission mount is loose in it, or the rubber's ripped. I can feel it moving a little when you let off the clutch. The clutch actually engages pretty nice. South bend single disc. Still can't see out the windshield. Wipers work though. Hell yeah. This thing's got an MV5600 in it. We'll see how it shifts. Third gear. I started off in second. Power steering's whining a bit. There we go. Man, this window is filthy. Just got back from the test drive, and as you can see, it made it. Well, that's good news. It shifted through all the gears really well. I kind of missed fifth, then overhit reverse a little, but that's not uncommon the first time driving a 5600 for me anyhow. So transmission shifts good, engine runs awesome. Those DDP injectors, you can tell it makes a little bit more than stock. So truck's still filthy. Brought it back, parked it by. I got an 05 G56 6-speed truck here, and I bought it the other day. I got it sold to one of my buddies. He's going to pull trailer with it for a little while, and kind of cool seeing a red one and a blue one together. Both 6-speed manuals, both 03 to 05s. Last year I had a white one, 6-speed manual regular cab. I wish I still had it. I could have put it beside these, have a red, white, and blue one. So this is a completely different style video than what I did recently. If you guys liked it, go back and look at the barn find pulling truck that the engine out of the monster truck actually come from. That was fun trying to get that to run. I think it's a little bit of a challenge when you find something that's sat like this for a few years to see what its issue is and to get it run. And it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of entertaining to know what's wrong with it, or how good or bad or what you're going to run into. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. We'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks.